Welcome to today's episode where we break down this boss right here, Harpoon Captain Mk.2, and this guy is fairly tough, so we're going to do it on normal mode for you here today. However, with a catch, we are going to use epic only cookies, save for Black Pearl. So I'm excited to bring you this guide here for you today, so thank you for tuning in. As always, let's take a quick step back. This is Darkened Sanctuary, so we do have the timestamps down below for you. If you also watch the episodes and the playthrough for the special episodes of A Mermaid's Tale, you understand why I'm pulling together this guide for you. Now, if you happen to have a question, if you got a comment throughout today, well, let me know because I'd love to hear from you as always. All right, so let's get into it here. Darkened Sanctuary normal mode. So first off, the first time that we played the Harpoon Captain, we almost used this exact team. The only difference was instead of Black Pearl, we had Snapdragon in here for a 3 healer and a double damage kind of team. So I want to make sure that you understand that and are aware of a previous team in order to get by this captain. Now, a couple of key things here. We do have special conditions, the min cookie levels, skill levels at 60, everything else there. We also have to use Black Pearl. That is my Black Pearl there. Additionally, here we have these effects: healing decreased, HP shield capacity decreased, and then additionally we have enemies debuff resist increased as well. Now, in terms of the boss, we do have a few rounds of baddies that we're going to run into here between the tropical squids, this night sky angler, this thing blue tropical fish, and a pink tropical fish. Now, when it comes to our boss here, the Harpoon Captain, a couple of key pieces. Anchor drop. This thing deals damage to targets within range by striking down a massive anchor. So the more distance you can keep there, the better off it's going to be. However, he does fire a harpoon. So Harpoon Throw fires a harpoon against the 2 furthest enemies and pulls them towards self while dealing damage and stunning them. Typically, this is going to be healers or damage dealers. Now, if you got the ethereal type stuff, example going to be Snapdragon, the BTS cookies, those things do not get hit by this, so that's something to keep in mind. Additionally, here we have Anchor Swing, dealing damage to all targets by swinging a giant anchor and stunning them. And then Exploding Anchor deals damage to all targets and attracts them. So those are a couple of key pieces there for you to understand for this particular boss in terms of getting by: power level, HP, attack, and defense. So again, like I said, this was the team. If you watch the episode, we do make a ton of runs at this guy. Luckily, it only costs 10, but again, you do lose some, which can be a pain, which is why we make these guides for you and prove a lot of this stuff. Iterations, if you like my Chaos Tower stuff as well, is always key. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play by those rules, like I said, minus Black Pearl here. We're only going to use epics. Why do we like to do this as a free-to-play player? I enjoy making sure that there's multitudes of ways that we can get through this, and certainly please feel free to share that in your comments of other teams that work for you as well. So with that, let's go ahead and do some brewing here for our team. So a couple things: Squid Ink's still good, Cream Puff's still going to be good. We're going to want to run a double healer strategy. Couple things that does work very, very well. We could try a triple heal with cotton. And then additionally here, one that works great as well. So we got one big heal bomb, is this one right here, our good old parfait. Now, instead of pitaya here, let's go ahead and do wildberry. So we'll stay on this right here. We can keep this comp in terms of attack and everything else. We'll give this one a shot. We are certainly a little bit higher. If we need to, we can go back and adjust. We still got Rye Cookie, we got Squid Ink. You might be able to do this with 3 damage dealers. We're going to try it with 3 healers instead, or an additional damage dealer. Split it that way. We're going to try this one for us here today. Now, certainly you could put something else up front if you wanted a little bit more attack, like our buddy right here, T-Knight, as an example, and some other stuff in there as well to make it work, like our buddy right here, good old Werewolf Cookie. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll give this one a run, see how it goes. We got a little bit of a zoo going on. I like that strategy. As always, you do want some beefy cookies against this boss. Can be a challenge. Now, let's go ahead and break down the toppings here. So a couple key things. We're on defense. Here we're actually going to be on cooldown. We can split over to attack, so we'll do that actually instead, because we're going to be needing that attack certainly. Additionally, if you need survivability, you can go solid almond. Let's pick that one. Here we're on cooldown, here we're also on cooldown, and here we're on attack. Now, a couple of key things as well. I do have other guides here on the channel that you can check out for those topping guides for more details on those things. So let's pull all the way back here. So one of the things that I really like doing is I call it the 4 T's. We talk about the tactics, so we gave you some of those key tips and tricks. We talked about the team, we gave you the treasures, and we gave you the toppings. It's very important to have the 4 T's, as I like to call it, in order to get by this boss. So this is our full-blown epic run. Let's go ahead and give it a shot here against the Harpoon Captain Mk.2. You will get the entire cutscenes as well, so we're gonna skip through this here. I love this cut though, it is pretty cool, very cool pearl. On top of that, I just want to say, great way to support the channel. We got merch down below. There's our big boss that we got to take down. Hats like this, mugs, all kinds of stuff. New stuff coming all the time. On top of that, we do got members, so great things there for you. Get some cool emotes and icons next to your name. Something there for everyone, which is great. Really always appreciate that support here on the channel as well. All right, here we go. Stage Darkened Sanctuary. All right, we're on to the boss with 2.5 minutes, roughly. Now, one of the other tips and tricks that I didn't want to give you until we got this far, which I do talk about in the other video, is we do have this, vulnerable to water. So I think a big key strategy here is going to be Crimson Coral as an example. In order for you to overcome this boss, you can build a really water-oriented team in order to take this guy down, as an example. So here we're doing very well. We got lots of healing over time. We got the jungle going, and essentially a full epic team to take down the good old Harpoon Captain Mk.2 right here for you in today's episode. Love it. Look at that. Now, again, this is not the hard mode, so keep that in mind, but we did find a successful path through here. Now, one of the things with Wildberry, obviously, is the shield that you do get from the magic candy, so I wanted to add that in there for you as well as something to think. And this team could be a team to get you through the dark mode as well. However, we're able to progress, which is great. Very excited about that. In order to continue to bring more here. So let's go ahead and wrap this all back around. So today we took down Darkened Sanctuary. We gave you a boss guide here for Harpoon Captain Mk.2 in order for you to come through and get past this. Another key tip and trick is if you do get stuck in hard mode, as you can see, I want to show you an alternative path, obviously going to normal, so that you can continue down the storyline and see what happens and join us in that journey here as always. We gave you the 4 T's, the tactics, the team, the toppings, and the treasures in order to succeed. With that, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let me know in the comments what you think, as always, and other teams that you're finding that works very well. But we wanted to get through this with an all-epic team for you here today. With that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your support as always. Appreciate the likes and the subs. Thank you to all the members as always, and like I said, something there for everyone. Now, we do have other great ways that you can support the channel down below and stay connected and stay in the know. And don't forget, if you do have that question or comment, feel free to drop a line. On top of that, you can come join us in the Discord server. That information's there, so thank you to the active community there as always. All right, Darkened Sanctuary. Onwards and upwards through Tier Crown here. We'll continue to run through this story. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and may your team and your all epic team progress through the Harpoon Captain Mk.2. All right, we'll see you soon. Take care.